Okay, here in the theory of utility, already we discussed the total utility. Simply we can say the total utility as the satisfaction derived from all the units, while marginal utility can be defined as the addition to the total utility made from an extra unit of commodity. So let's say as an example number of units, and I will put some total utilities. So if we didn't consume any units of a product, then we may not get any utility. That at that point total utility becomes zero. Then let's say we are consuming the first unit. At that time our total utility, let's say 20. අපි එක ඒකකයක් පරිභෝජනය කරාම ඔන්න අපේ මුළු උපයෝගීතාවය 20ක් වුණා. That means by consuming this particular unit we got the satisfaction of 20 utils. That one can be identified as marginal utility. Then how did we calculate this 20? Change in total utility 0 to 20, then change in total utility equals to 20, then change in quantity අපි බිඳුව ඉඳන් එකට ගියේ. We were in the 0 units and we consumed 1. That means 120 divided by 1 equals to 20. Now let's see, we consumed the second unit also. අපි දෙවෙනි ඒකකයක් පරිභෝජනය කරා. Let's say total utility increased up to 15. No, sorry, 35. Now when we consumed another units, our total utility increased. Total utility increased. That's why we can say now when it's become second point, the satisfaction derived from all the units is the total utility. That means we added another 15 to this 20. මේ අපි දැනට ලබාගෙන හිටිය 20ට utils 20ට අලුතෙන් 15ක් එකතු වෙනවා. So marginal utility is 15. How did we calculate that one? Change in total utility. What about the change in total utility? 15 divided by change in number of quantity, or otherwise change in quantity 1 to 2. That means again 1. Now the marginal utility we got as 15. Okay, then third unit, let's say total utility increased up to 40. Now you know this 40 in the sense belongs to these all 3 units. Then මේ 40 මේ util 40 මේකක තුනෙන්ම පරිභෝජනය කරපු මේකක තුන පරිභෝජනය තුලින් ලැබපු තෘප්තිය. Then we can have marginal utility. How much? Just 5.
5.
How did we get this 5? Change in total utility 5, change in units 1, then answer is 5. This is the main concept. Then total utility in the sense the satisfaction derived from all the units. All the units. But marginal utility in the sense addition to the total utility. Addition to the total utility from an extra unit. From an extra unit. I think you got the point. We discussed this part deeply in previous session too. Now I explained in previous sessions also Normally, when total utility diminishing marginal utility concept, that means when total utility increasing at diminishing rate. Here in this particular example also you can identify total utility increasing but diminishing rate. What is that? Total utility එක වැඩි වෙනවා පුතේ. බලන්න පළවෙනි එකේදී 20යි, දෙවෙනි එකට එනකොට 35යි, තුන්වෙනි එකට එනකොට 40යි. නමුත් පළවෙනි ඒකකයෙන් 20ක් එකතු වුණා. දෙවෙනි ඒකකයෙන් 15යි එකතු වෙන්නේ. තුන්වෙනි ඒකකයෙන් 5යි එකතු වෙන්නේ. මොකක්ද? වැඩි වෙන වේගයෙන් එන්න අඩු වෙනවා. වැඩි වෙන වේගයෙන් එන්න අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අනිත් පැත්තෙන් in other words marginal utility is decreasing. Marginal utility is decreasing. So here I have briefed in this slide, when total utility is increasing at diminishing rate, marginal utility will diminish even though it is in positive. Marginal, that means they are adding something, but it is decreasing. Total utility increasing. Here it can be short like this. This is total utility. Total utility increasing. But marginal utility decreasing. Total utility increasing, marginal utility decreasing. Then the marginal utility of last unit consumption less than the marginal utility of previous unit. මේ බලන්න පළවෙනි එකේදී first one, when we consume the first unit, marginal utility is 20, but when you consume the second unit, marginal utility is 15. That is what I have explained here. When the marginal utility of the last unit consumed is less than the marginal utility of the previous unit. Okay, then when the total utility is maximized, that means maximum point of total utility curve, this point, mu will be 0. That means marginal utility here. That's what happened. Mu will be 0. Marginal utility එක බිඳුවයිලු. And after this maximum point, total utility begins to decrease. මෙන්න මේ point එකෙන් පස්සේ පුතේ මුළු උපයෝගීතාවය අඩු වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. මුළු උපයෝගීතාවය අඩු වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා කියලා කියන්නේ ආන්තික උපයෝගීතාවය ඍණාගයක් බවට පරිවර්තනයටපත් වෙනවා. When total utility is decreasing, marginal utility become negative. Okay. Here we discussed this example. How did we calculated this? And here you have been given this information. You can identify here also. Total utility is increasing at a diminishing rate. මේ බලන්න පළවෙනි අවස්ථාවේදී 9කින් වැඩි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. දෙවෙනි අවස්ථාවේදී 8කින් වැඩි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. That means total utility increasing at a diminishing rate. Then you can see here marginal utility is decreasing always. Now maximum point we can identify here 51. Okay, 51 is the TU's maximum point. At that time, that means when TU is in maximum level, you can identify marginal utility equals to 0. Marginal utility equals to 0. This is the graphical expression of this data. May data wala graphical expression එක තමයි මේක. Here you can see simply. This is known as actually the diminishing marginal utility concept. So what is that? Here, this is the total utility curve. It is increasing up to this point. It is increasing at diminishing rate. Here, marginal utility decreasing. Okay, in this point, when that means TU at maximum level, when TU at maximum level, MU equals to 0. See, then when when TU decreasing, that means when total utility decreasing. Point again pass total utility අඩු වෙනවා maximum point again පස්සේ. At that time you can see MU becomes negative. MU ඍණාගයක් ගන්නවා. Okay, you can see these examples. Same thing. For those. Then here I explain this example. Just a joke. Wife is asking, why does attraction towards one's wife reduces years of marriage his life increase? බැඳලා අවුරුදු ගාණක් යනකොට ඇයි කියලා අහනවා. එයාට තියෙන wife ට තියෙන attraction එක අඩු වෙන්නේ. Husband is simply explaining that is law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, now this part. This is what we need to discuss today. Then I explain to you when consumer comes into equilibrium point, we can identify few conditions. If we are having only one commodity, in case of one commodity, කියන්නේ එකම භාණ්ඩයක් විතරක් පරිභෝජනය කරන අවස්ථාවකදී, in case of a single commodity, consumer equilibrium condition is marginal utility equals to price. Marginal utility එක මිලට සමාන වෙනවා කියලා. I explain. Okay, just recap. අපි ආයෙත් කියවලා බලමු මොනවද අපි කතා කරේ කියලා. When consumption occurs at utility maximization with the disposal income, consumers is to be equilibrium. ඒ කියන්නේ පාරිභෝගිකයාගේ වැය කළ හැකි ආදාය උපරිම වන මට්ටමේදී පරිභෝජන. කියන්නේ උපරිමයෙන් ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ ආදාය. We are going to use maximum use in effective way. We are going to use our income maximum way and fully effectively. That is known as consumer equilibrium. When consumption occurs as utility maximization, that means two conditions there should be. Utility maximization should be there, and we need to use our disposal income. Disposal income in the sense income which can be spent. වැය කළ හැකි ආදායම. When commodity has a price, the MU from marginal utility from a unit of the good should be compared with its price. It will be consumed only up to the point where mu equals to price. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ගෙවන අපි එක ඒකකයක් තුලින් ලබන පරිභෝජනය අපි ගෙවනු ලබන මිලට සමාන වෙන්න ඕන. අපි දැන් මේවනේ සරලවම අපි රුපියල් 10ක් දීලා රුපියල් 5ක තෘප්තියක් ලබන්න කැමති නෑනේ. Normally that's the rationale of any consumer. If we are weighing 10 rupees, we expecting a satisfaction of 10 rupees. අපි රුපියල් 10ක් දීලා රුපියල් 5ක තෘප්තියක් ලබන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. That is the rationale behind it. So if we are paying 10 rupees, we expect additional, that means consumption satisfaction of related to that 10 rupees, at least for that 10 rupees. අපි රුපියල් 10ක් දීලා ඒ රුපියල් 10ට අදාළව තෘප්තියක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. එහෙනම් ඒක තමයි මේ කියන්නේ mu equals to P. Then when it's become a single commodity, that means only we are going to use one single commodity. At that scenario, consumer equilibrium condition is mu equals to P. Marginal utility equals to price. Keep in mind. Okay. I am explaining so slowly, very slowly, as these are new to you. Disposal income means disposal income in the sense, let's say, I will show. Good question. If you have questions like that, these are here disposal income. Disposal income in the sense, let's say we are having a salary. Okay, our main income, let's say one particular consumer is having a salary of ₹1,000. But we cannot say that particular person's disposal income is 1000. අපිට කියන්න බෑ මේ පුද්ගලයාගේ වැය කළ හැකි ආදායම 1000යි කියලා. Why? That particular person may have loans. That particular person may have loans. Loans තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. In addition to that, some other income also can be there. Sometimes he may get the some of the subsidy, some of the සහනාධාර ලැබෙන්න පුළුවන්. That means they may add something. So what we need to do, the fixed expenses like loan, interest for loans and installments, we need to deduct. ඒවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පඩියෙන් අඩු කරන්න එපා. So we need to deduct the loans. මම සරලව මේ කියන්නේ theory කතා කරනකොට වෙන, let's say we are paying 200 for loan. In addition to that, we are getting the Samurdhi subsidy. Samurdhi සහනාධාරය අපිට හම් වෙනවා මේ කස්ටමර්ට, මේ පාරිභෝගිකයාට හම් වෙනවා රුපියල් 100. Then this particular person's disposal income may be 1000 plus 100 minus 200, that in the sense 900. Got the point? වැය කළ හැකි ආදායම කියන්නේ අපිට ලැබෙන පඩිය නෙමෙයි. ලැබෙන පඩිය ආදායම නම් ඒකෙන් ගෙවන්න තියෙන ණය, අනිවාර්යෙන් ගෙවිය යුතු දේවල්, ණයට ගෙවන්න ඕනේ පොලිය, ඒවා අඩු කරලා ඊට අමතරව අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා නම් සහනාධාර එහෙම. ඒවා එකතු කරලා ගන්න ආදායම තමයි වැය කළ හැකි ආදායම කියලා කියන්නේ. දැන් ගොඩාක් ඔය ගත්තොත් එහෙම රාජ්‍ය සේවකයෝ එහෙම සමහර විට රුපියල් ලක්ෂයයි 2යි පඩිය. නමුත් වැය කළ හැකි ආදායම එන්නේ අඩු ගන්න. මොකද අර ණය පොලිය, ණය ඕවා ගෙවලා අඩු කරන්න ඕන නිසා. Got the point? තේරුණාද පුතේ? Did you got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the condition. Let's move. Can you explain it again? Yes. Here disposal income in the sense, let's say we are having the income which can be spent, simply the income which can be spent. අපිට වියදම් කරන්න පුළුවන් ආදායම. Normally we can get that. Let's say we are having a salary of 1000. We need to pay a loan installment of 200. That means අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම we should pay this loan installment. එතකොට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම loan එකට ගාණ ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට 1000ක් හම්බුණා කියලා අපිට 1000ම වියදම් කරන්න බෑ. අපි loan එකට පොලිය ගෙවන්න. ඊට අමතරව අපිට හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන් ওই සහනාධාර ටික කියනවා. ඒවා අපිට වියදම් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ඔය මේ දවස්වල වහලා තියෙන නිසා 2000 ගාන දීමනාවක් වෙනවා කියනවා. ඔය වගේ දේවල්. අන්න ඒවා එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ගෙවන්න ඕනේ ණය පොලි ඒවා බැංකුවට අපි givisගෙනනේ තියෙන්නේ මේ ගෙවනවා කියන්නේ ඒක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඒක එතකොට අපිට වියදම් කරන්න බෑ පොල්ල තියලා එහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් නමුත් සාමාන්‍ය මිනිස්සෙක් විදියට නීත්‍යානුකූලව ඒක කරන්න බෑ okay that's why we deducted the loan installments and we did add the subsidies like samurdhi or any other thing. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, now the equilibrium condition we identified mu equals to p. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි රුපියල් 5ක රහත් දෙනවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම 5ක් දීලා ඒ ගමක් ගන්නවා නම් ඒ එකකේ තුලින් අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා 5ක රුපියල්. That is the simple idea. So condition is if we are consuming only one commodity, if the in case of only one commodity, equilibrium condition is mu equals to p. So now let's see how to do calculations. අපි බලමු දැන් කොහොමද calculations කරන්න කියලා. මේ ගාන ඔයාලට මම දාපු slides වල නෑ. I will put today. Okay, just draft මේක ටක් ගාලා දාගන්න note කරගන්න අපි ගාන හදමු. I will show how to do this one. මේ ගාන table එක පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ගණන් ටික note කරගෙන මට කියන්න හරි කියලා. Okay, now the thing is we have given consumption units and total utility. Okay, here we have to identify that if we are not consuming anything, our total utility will be 0. Now what we have asked to do is calculate the consumer, identify the consumer equilibrium level. Now in here we are having only one particular product, one commodity, then our equilibrium condition is price should be equals to mu. Price should be equals to mu. And we have identified price as ₹10. එහෙනම් condition එක තමයි මිල සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ ආන්තික උපයෝගීතාවයට. අපිට දීලා තියෙන්නේ මුළු උපයෝගීතාවය. මිල දීලා තියෙනවා ₹10. එක භාණ්ඩයක් සම්බන්ධයෙන් එහෙනම් equilibrium condition should be price equals to mu. So let's see. So let's have a table like this. මේ වගේ table එකක් use කරමු. Let's use a table like this. Now in each level price, here this column I have made noted as price. Price equals to 10 rupees. And in this point, we can calculate the marginal utility. Here, when it's become first point, marginal utility 20. Design බිඳුව ඉඳන් 1 දක්වා වැඩි වෙනකොට total utility බිඳුව ඉඳන් 20 දක්වා වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. In second point, it's increase in 1 to 2, the consumption level, total utility increase in 20 to 36. That in the sense, marginal utility 16. How did we calculated that? 16 divided by 1. Now in here, it's increase again 36 to 46. It's 10. 10 divided by 1. Here it's 4. 4 divided by 1. Here it's 0 and here it's minus 2. Now let's see the difference. Now you can identify actually equilibrium point. Now let's just see the difference. Here MUP, the difference is MU minus P 10. Here 6. Here no any difference. Here 6 again. Here again 10. here minus, no, we can say difference as 12. Okay, just 12 difference ne, difference එක දුර කියන්න බෑනේ අපිට. දුර අතර a ඉඳන් b ට දුර ඍණ 8යි කියන්න පුළුවන් බෑ. වෙනස ඍණ 2 අඩු කිරීම ඍණ 2 -2 minus 10. Okay, අවුලක් නෑ. Here the remark, now in this movement marginal utility is greater than the p. Remark just we put marginal utility is greater than the p. Here marginal utility, yes, here also marginal utility greater than the p. In this point marginal utility equals to p. After this point marginal utility less than p. See, got the point? Now our equilibrium condition is mu should equals to p. Mu equals to p. Now we can identify clearly this level is the equilibrium level. Then we can write down our answer. Consumer is in equilibrium when he or she consuming 3 units from x. ගෙන් භාණ්ඩ 3ක් ගන්නකොට ඒකක 3ක් ගන්නකොට තමයි මේ පාරිභෝගිකයා සමතුලිතතාවයට පත් වෙන්නේ. Okay, in this case we are only having particular one commodity. Now let's see how we are calculating the equilibrium point when there is more than one commodity. ඒ කියන්නේ එක දැන් මෙතන x කියන භාණ්ඩය විතරයි අපි සාමාන්‍ය ජීවිතේ දන්නවා භාණ්ඩ වර්ග ගොඩක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා. එතකොට එහෙම වුණාම කොහොමද කියලා බලමු අපි සමතුලිත පාරිභෝගික සමතුලිතය ගණනය කරමු. Here in this slide you can see usually consumers are buying variety of goods. Then equilibrium condition is known as equimarginal utility. Okay, here main two conditions we need to assess. Okay, there are main two conditions. The ratio between marginal utility and price should be equal. Then the expenditure on those products should be those levels. That means this level should be equals to the y. ඒ කියන්නේ mu marginal utility එකයි price එකයි අතර අනුපාතය සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ. Okay, then here how to take this, let's say we have given Q's and number of total utility A කියන product එකේ utility එකයි total utility B. Okay, now at the same time price of A rupees 10, price of B rupees 20. Now 1 2 3 4, then let's say we have been given total utility as 10, 18, 25 and 30. Here 20, 35 and 45, 40. Now you can calculate MU. MU හදන්න පුළුවන්. MU A කියන case එකේ MU වෙනවා. In first unit 10, then 8, then 7, then 5. MU B කියන units එකේ MU ගන්න පුළුවන්. Here 20, then 15, then 10, then 5. Okay, now earlier we just had one unit, but here we have been given two units, A and B. Now condition should be MUA divided by PA equals to MUB divided by PB. Again, we need to get another column called MUA divided by PA. Again, marginal utility එක බෙදන්න ඕනේ price එක. Marginal utility should be divided by price. Here marginal utility A we calculated 10. Then we need to divide that one by price of A 10. Then here 10 divided by 10, 1. Here 8 divided by 10, 0.8. 7 divided by 10, 0.7. 5 divided by 10, 0.5. Again, we need to calculate that MUB divided by PB. Then 20 divided by 20, 1. 15 divided by 20. 15 divided by 20. That means 0.75. 10 divided by 20, 0.5. Then 5 divided by 20, 0.25. Then one condition is, condition should be, දැන් භාණ්ඩ වර්ග 3ක් නම් මේ භාණ්ඩ වර්ග 2ක් නම් MUA පළවෙනි භාණ්ඩයේ මේ අනුපාතය සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ දෙවෙනි භාණ්ඩයේ මේ අනුපාතය. MUA divided by PA should be equals to MUB divided by PB. Now we need to identify this point. In this point, both the ratios are 1, and this point also, both the ratios are 1. From that, we need to identify equilibrium point. For that one, we need to go for this. Now let's see. The may point එකේදී එක එකනේ මේ point එකේ දැන් පළවෙනි මේ අවස්ථාව ගත්තොත් එක එන අවස්ථාව MU divided by PA equals to මේක MU divided by PB මේ අවස්ථාව. එතකොට මේ අවස්ථාවේදී 1 1 එකම අවස්ථාව. එතකොට පළවෙනි අවස්ථාව අපි අඳුරගත්තා. In first case A කියන භාණ්ඩයෙන් එක යුනිට් එකකුයි B කියන භාණ්ඩයෙන් එක යුනිට් එක. 1 unit from commodity A, 1 unit from commodity B. Okay, how much the price? Price in the sense price of A 10, price of B 20. එකින් එකනේ. That means total expenses should be equals to 30. මේ අවස්ථාව ගත්තොත් එහෙම මුළු වියදම එනවා 30. Let's take second point. In second point, A කීයද 0.5 දී A 4යි. That means 4 A's, B ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන 0.5 3. That means 3 B's. A 4යි B 3කුයි ගත්තොත් ඔන්න MUA MUB සමානයි. Okay, at this point. That means for that one, what will be the expenditure? A hatarak gun. For 4 A's, we need 40 rupees. For 3 B's, we need 60 rupees. Then total expenditure may be 100. Okay. Then second one is our second condition necessary for consumer equilibrium is that total expenditure in goods should be equal or close to income. This is some cases it can be close one. Close one. Equal to income. Then in this case our income is consumer income is 100. We in first condition we identified 2 points under this condition, and second condition is total expenditure should be equals to the income. Then income එකට සමාන වෙන්න ඕන. එහෙනම් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී in first situation total expenditure is 30 rupees, but second situation total expenditure is 100 rupees. Then 100 in the sense our income also 100. So this is the equilibrium level. Then we can conclude equilibrium level as what? How much of A's? 4 A's and 3 B's. This is the equilibrium level. Okay. So I will do a comprehensive sum. මම ගාන හදන්නම් පැහැදිලිව. මම මේ බලන්න පැහැදිලි කරන්න තමයි මේක මේ විස්තර ටික ලියු. So there should be two conditions. In earlier we only had the one particular commodity. Okay. Earlier yes, I will do a sum. Earlier we just had the one particular commodity. At that time our consumer equilibrium condition is mu should be equals to P. That one clear now. But normally usually consumers are consuming more than one product. So at that time it will be difficult to calculate consumer equilibrium by using that particular condition. At that time we need to go for two conditions. Condition number one is the ratio between marginal utility and the price of that particular product should be equal. That means mu A in the sense here product A. Again අපේ පළවෙනි භාණ්ඩයේ ආන්තික උපයෝගිතා. mu of product A divided by PA should be equals to mu B divided by PB. We may able to identify several situations which tally with this condition. මේ අවස්ථාවට අනුරූප වන අවස්ථා අපිට කීපයක් හඳුනා ගන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර විට එකක් එන්නත් පුළුවන්. Okay, in this sum. Okay, then we should go to the second condition. Second condition should be, what is that? Total expenditure on this consumption. ඒ කියන්නේ A මෙච්චරයි B මෙච්චරයි. දැන් මේ ratio සමාන වෙනවා A 1යි B 1යි ගන්න අවස්ථාවේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් A 4යි B 3යි ගන්න අවස්ථාවේදී සමාන වෙනවා. This condition we can identify this condition when we consuming 1A and 1B as well as 4 A's and 3 B's. Then we need to calculate total expenditure in each case. එතකොට A 1යි B 1යි ගන්නකොට කොච්චරද expenses එක? වියදම A 4යි B 3යි ගන්නකොට කොච්චරද expense? Then second condition is our income. Consumer income should be equals to consumer expenditure. Okay, so don't be confused. I will again explain this through this particular sum. මම මේ ගානෙන් ඔයාලට ඕක ආයේ පැහැදිලි කරලා දෙන්න. Okay, let's move to the example. Price of X has been given 2 rupees. Price of Y has been given as the 3 rupees. Income of the consumer has been given as 24 rupees. 20 රුපියල් 24යි කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා ආදායම. Now calculate the consumer equilibrium. Okay. Not take this. I will use this types of table for develop the answer. Okay, so draft the table like this. මේ වගේ table එක draft කරගන්න. I will use 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now let's see. Price of product X has been given 2, price of product Y has been given 3. Okay, let's put those information also. Okay, here Px equals to 2 Py equals to rupees 3. Income of the consumer $24. Now, what is the conditions? 2 conditions we identified. Condition 1 is mu here x and y is there. Mu x over px should be equal to mu y over py. At the same time, price into number of x units plus again x unit වියදම් කරන ප්‍රමාණය. Price into number of y units should be equals to 24. මොකද මෙතන ආදායම 24 නිසා should be equals to y. Okay, now let's see. හරි. පැහැදිලි නේ? සුපිරියට මම ලියලා තියෙනවා. Oh. Okay. Now let's see. First, we have been given TU. It's a TU දීලා තියෙනවා. Now we need to calculate MU. Sorry, MU හදලා දාගන්න. MU. Here, first unit 20, second unit 18, third unit 16, fourth unit 14, then 12, here 10. Calculate the MUY also marginal utility 1 to 0, here 24, here 21, and here 18, here 15, here 12, and here 9. බලන්න හරිද කියලා. Now the condition is MUX divided by PX should be equal to MUY divided by PY. Therefore, here we can calculate MUX divided by PX, and here we can calculate MUY divided by PY. MUX in the sense I will do. Here you can follow me. MUX 20 divided by PX here. PX 2. 20 divided by 2, 10. Here 18 divided by 2, 9. Here 16 divided by 2, 8. 14 divided by 2, 7. 12 divided by 2, 6. 10 divided by 2, 5. And MUY divided by PY. Price of P rupees 3. Then here 24 divided by 3, 8. 21 divided by 3, 7. Here 18 divided by 3, 6. 15 divided by 3, 5. 12 divided by 3, 4. 9 divided by 3, 3. Complete this. Make hadagan. Here let's change the this one. Okay. Here let's change the total utility. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Then okay, no. Now shall we move? Now we need first condition. I will take a different color. First condition is MUX over PX should be equals to MUY over PY. Then balanda, now just check in which point that is happening. First we are having in first MUX over PX is 10. Then is it having in y වල බලන්න 10ක් තියෙනවද කියලා? No. 9 y වල 9ක් තියෙනවද කොහේ හරි MUY over PY 9ක් තියෙනවද? No. 8 we are having. See 8. That means what is the point? When we are using 3x product and here 1y product. Okay, that is first condition. Then is then 7. Yes, 7 also there. And then 7 okay. What is the condition? What is the point? When we are using 4x units and 2y units. 6 another. Yes, we are having 6 souls. Then 6. When we are using 5x's and here 6, 3y's. පහක් තියෙනවානේ. 6x's and 4y's. Now we have identified 4 points. Now from these 4 points, we need to identify the equilibrium point. Then second equilibrium point is px plus py should be equals to 24. එහෙනම් ආදායම 24ට සමාන වෙන වියදමක් වෙන. Income should be equals to expenses. That means expenses on these cases should be equals to 24. මේ විදිහට වියදම් කරන්න ගියොත් 24ට සමාන වෙන අවස්ථාවක් හොයන්න ඕන. Let's make this as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4. අපි 1 2 3 4 කියලා ගමු. What is the 0.1 expense? අපි 0.1 එකේ expense එක බලමු. x 3යි y 1යි. x 3ට වියදම කීයද? x 1ක් 2යි. 2 into 3 plus y 1යි. That means 3 equals here 6 plus 3 9. Then at that point expense is 9. Second point 4x 2y. 4x, that means x එකක මිල 2යි x 4ක් ගත්තා. y එකක මිල 3යි 3 into y 2ක් ගත්තා. How much? මෙතන 6යි මෙතන 6යි. Is that here? No, here 2 into 4 නේ 4යි නේ. මෙතන 8යි මෙතන 6යි. That means 14. Third point, let's take 5x's. 5x's in the sense 2 into 5 and 3y's. 3 into 3. Now what is the expense? Here 10, here 9, 19. Now let's take fourth one. Fourth one, 6x's. 6x's in the sense 6 into 2 or 2 into 6, 3 into 4. Here 24. Then that means second condition fulfilled in this particular case. That means in fourth case, both the conditions are okay with fourth identified mixture. That means our equilibrium level should be, consumer equilibrium level is 6x's and 4y's. Consumer equilibrium. x එකක 6කුයි y එකක 4කුයි. Hope you have got the point.